Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Trike. Today, we're still working on Joe's 350X. We've got a nice fresh bucket of warm soapy water here and a couple things that we are going to do a deep clean on to mount them on the machine, but you can't put dirty parts on a clean bike. Let's talk about them. We have the airbox, the snorkel tube, which the snorkel tube had the rubber grommet that goes on this end. That's good because that's a lot of times missing. Got the headlights we're going to clean up. We've got the wiring harness. Look at that. You can't just be putting this on a clean bike. This is the clutch cable. I didn't remember the end was broken off, so we'll get one of those on order. Headlight bezel. We'll condition these rubber straps to make them nicey nice. I took that off and I gotta locate that. This is in one of the totes over there. I haven't got to worry about the connector tube from the airbox to the carburetor because we got a fresh 3D printed one from 223 Cycles to mate up to our 400EX carburetor that's going on. And Curdy got us a new intake to accept the bigger opening on the carburetor. So a couple things we'll be cleaning up, and I've got some miscellaneous things I might do as well. We might throw the axle in. We might put the handlebars on. We might see how the vintage Motorsports Mike Palmgren brake reservoir and brake line look on those VMS Motorsports handlebars. I'm tripping over fenders here. It's important to keep a clean shop. You might notice my shop is so clean, and you think, Preston, how do you do it? How do you keep such an impeccably clean shop? I'll tell you what, it's not my dog. Winston. Winston's making a second appearance in the video. He is such a good boy. He's protecting our Serwa tires we just got in. The top set of 350X tires are going to go on our 350X we got from California, but I got to cut those straps off and let them relax a little bit. Got some big red tires to go on an 86 in the other room. But yeah, this is how you keep a clean shop. You leave tires. These are tires for Joe's machine right here. That's a servo tire also. You know, flat surfaces become places to put things. And that's just a secret. Just have a lot of flat surfaces so you can store your stuff. Okay. We're going to take advantage of our warm soapy water right now, though. Let's get after it. Okay, I've been motoring right along, cleaning things up. We got the airbox behind me, all looking good. I got my snorkel tube here, and I want to talk about the snorkel tube when you put a 400EX carburetor on a 350X, because there is a minor modification that you have to do. Let's talk about it. Here is our stock carburetor. So here's engine side, here's airbox side. The choke lever is actuated up here. It's actually not a choke. It is, what's it called, Curdy? It's an enrichment, a fuel enrichment circuit thingamajig, where 400EX has an actual choke, a butterfly action. But the hinge point is here. There's nothing back here. So, let's get my other hand going. You've got the snorkel tube, slides onto the frame, so it's sucking air through your frame, coming up on the other side where the intake is. That's where all the mice get in. So this rotates down in beside your carburetor, and it almost fits. But can you see what's going on here? It hits that little pivot point. So we're going to leave this in place. I'm going to put a mark on the back side of the snorkel tube, and we are going to heat that up right here. I'm going to heat that area up. I'm going to take, where is it? Son of a biscuit. I'm going to take my ball peen hammer and I'm going to push that into the hot plastic and just make a little clearance for that to go around. We're not going to push a hole through. We're not going to make it too hot. We're just going to deform it slightly so everything can go where everything needs to go. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I've marked it with a bronze Sharpie. Everybody's got one of those hanging around. So I'm doing this one-handed. I'm just going to get this warm. See how it's starting to look shiny? That's because it's starting to get hot. Alright, I feel like that's good. Oh, I gotta set it down. Gotta set it down. Not hot enough. Here, let's put this on a tripod. I set the stinking tripod up, and I didn't record, but so I heated this up and I pushed into this and I held it until it cooled, and you end up with basically that. So let's see if that worked. So we'll slide this up in here. And that's just like a glove around that. Does this line up? Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Is that not perfect? Man, sometimes they make it look so easy. Sometimes it's so stinking hard. Perfectly toleranced. Okay. On to the next. Okay, we're back on it. It's been 2 weeks. We went and played last weekend and saw the Bobtown races and sold some Hondas, bought some Hondas, but we've been cleaning things up. We got our airbox all cleaned up and ready to go. Snorkel tube has been modified, put on. We did that last time. Curdy's carburetor, 400EX carburetor's on there. I got to pull the throttle cable off the stock carburetor because I forgot to do that and get that cleaned up and put on. My son is out here helping me, so I just put him on axle duty. He just greased up the carrier on the outside and has slid that in. We're going to slide the axle in. I'm going to have him assemble the rear end and maybe put some sprockets on and go from there. So that's going to be his project. I'm going to focus on wiring harness, handlebars, and trying to maybe get the front front master mounted with the hose and those sorts of things. We don't have our powder coating back yet. I forgot the hubs and a couple other small, so I can't put it on 3 wheels, but we're going to try to get it ready for that point. So this is that process. So here's our axle. I had this sent out for plating. It was very heavily pitted, and I didn't want to turn it down and remove all the pits because that would remove a lot of material. So I scuffed it hard in a lathe at work and got it to this point, and we plated it. And I don't hate it. It's not perfect. It's not, the perfect machining marks, but way better than it was. All right. Swing arm bolt, pull the shock, get the axle out of the swing arm. Shouldn't take too awful long. Let's finish it up. So I'm going to have Bennett grease up the races here where those bearings will ride and start building from there while I work on the front. My helper's gone in to grab a bite to eat, and I think I'm going to do the same thing, but we've had a productive afternoon. Axle is in, new sprocket, hub, new carrier. Everything's dialed in. I'm working with what was here. Plating on this was not ideal. I'm not super happy, but the rotor will cover that. I'm going to see how that looks before I decide if I need to take further action. Airbox is in. I popped in the, well, it's not in yet, but it's sitting in there. I used an OEM filter from a four-wheeler that a buddy of mine told me about was a good fit. It does need some persuasion to get onto the flange in there. And this thing didn't have a cage, so I reused the spring out of a uni filter. I'm going to see if I like that or not, but wiring harness is getting cleaned up. I ended up working with Bennett more on the axle than what I had planned for myself. We did swap the front sprocket out. I've got the chain ready to go. Then we can put the cover on, and it's looking really good. Before I commit to putting that airbox in, I want to get the wiring harness routed. You can still buy a lot of the straps, the aluminum straps that hold things in there. These are just some of my random plated parts. Sometimes the plating doesn't come back good, or it looked better when it came. Else I would have put this in the bin to redo. This is honestly probably the piece that came off this bike. That's the problem. The pitting was so deep, the plating didn't get it good. So anyway, time for a break. We'll catch up with you in a few moments. Okay, we're back at it. It's a new day. I've been out here a couple hours, and I've discovered a couple things. I just want to pause and go over what I'm seeing. I'm not capturing every single, wipe down of this and that, but a couple things I'm noticing that I want to share. Okay. We've put the chain on. I have run the wiring harness. I'm still doing that. It's a slow, tedious process because, like, for instance, this little rubber bracket here, I spent, 10 minutes cleaning that because it had just gunk on it. And I am confirming placement. Is this up or down? Where does it even go? What's this do? That's for the clutch cable. So I'm making sure everything gets routed. That's why it's handy to have a bunch of other machines. And, I've gotten, this is loosely in place. I'm back here. Since I ran the wiring harness wires, I could do final placement on the airbox. Now, I've got the gusset kit here, which, another thing about the gusset kit, this band has to come this way, where normally you can kind of see that ghost line right there. That's where it used to be. But you can't put that there if you're running this gusset kit. You have to rock this out because this has to fall right here. That's non-negotiable. So you've got to rock this out to get it to fit. Now, another thing, you've got this lower cross member here, which doesn't let you move this back because it's kind of locking it in. So you got to pull the lid off of this to allow you to squeeze it in to get your bits on the side to go into place. Now I'm going to have to force this back to allow me to get that in place. I've done my throttle cable. We're really doing a stroke of business, and I'm feeling really good about it. Once the airbox gets in, I can put on the 3D printed airbox to 400EX carburetor boot from 223 cycles. These are made by my buddy Kevin up in Canada. Great guy. So once I get the airbox set in, that can go on. Then I can, oh shoot, see what I've done here? That needs to be up above. Hopefully it's not too late. I can pull that because that has to go over and go on there. I don't have my rotors back. I had the center pieces powder coated, so I can't put the caliper on. But once we get this done, I think I'm going to move up to the handlebars and see how I do there. But I just wanted to share this little bit of progress with you. So all of this takes a lot of time just to make sure you get it right. I'm trying not to slam this home. Like I got to find, there's a little rubber nubbin that goes on there, and then I can cover up that. That'll be another nice visual bit of completion. I think handlebars and foot pegs will make me feel really good today. That's maybe where we'll end it. Well, we're going to call it for the night. We've had a really productive day. 4 hours. 4 hours out here today. And not a ton to show for it, but when you factor in all the little things, it's a lot. Let me show you where we're ending. We have foot pegs. So pulled the pins, pulled the springs, had all that plated. So nice, gorgeous foot pegs. Shifter's been put on, put that front sprocket cover on. The chain is on. The wiring harness is run. I think we talked about that. The airbox is in. I didn't get the grommet and the bolt put in the back here. I didn't get the taillight hung. The voltage regulator, that's all to come. Here's the brackets here. We've been putting blue Loctite on things as needed. Didn't get the handlebars in. I was getting ready to put them in. I want to make this look better. I've got, you know, a little orange paint to touch that up and put the white back in this stripe. Throttle cable's on. Foot peg over here is on. I didn't connect the rear brake, but I got the seals for the brake and the pivot from Dirt Crasher. I'll put his actual name on here. You can't get these from Honda anymore, but he has them made, so I got a few sets for future projects. You need 4 in that assembly to make it right. But we are getting close. So hoping to get the powder coated hubs back from my powder coater, and there's a couple other things. What was it? What did I forget? The hubs. Oh, and the brake rotors. So those will look beautiful. We can get it on 3 wheels pretty much immediately as soon as we get the hubs. And that might make it a little bit lower, a little bit easier to work on. Should bring the gas tank out here, put decals on the gas tank. We are in the home stretch, really. Header pipe, grab bar, skid plates. Put the fenders, or put the seat on the fenders. One of those is mine, one of those is Joe's. Decal things up, home stretch. That's where we're going to end it. I'll mention my shirt real quick here that my buddy Glenn Moulton gave me. He was racing down at Bobtown last weekend. He's the one who invites me down there, and thank you, Glenn, for continuing to do that. Got me out of the North Country to come down. We will be back. And that's it for the progress now. Stay tuned. Maybe one more video I can get it knocked out. I'm ready to be done. It's been a long time. I'm sure Joe's ready too. Thanks for watching.